Hello everyone, this is Benoxen bringing you a HONCAST.com presentation of the FNATIC MSI Play Tournament. This is going to be a round 2 matchup between 603 Gold Gaming, Polish team, versus what in the MSI brackets and things show as Jersey Boyz, but this is actually the SLX guys here. It is the players from the same thing, so we're going to just call them, yeah, I guess SLX for the time being, even though they're registered as Jersey Boyz. But the winner of this match will move on to round 3 to face either Russian-based Cats or Denmark's Danish Bacon in round 3. So I am also joined by the lovely Smock. Smock, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Always good to have you. As this is actually, I should mention that this is a $1,500 prize pool. $600 going to first place, $500 to second, $300 to third, and they actually have an MVP for this tournament as well, which will get a $100 prize by that individual. So thought that was really cool.
How do they decide who the MVP is? Yeah.
I am not exactly sure. They don't explain it on the site. I would imagine, like most MVPs, it's probably decided by the players of the tournament. But, again, this is sponsored by Bigfoot Network, SteelSeries Professional Gaming Gear, and S2 Games is providing the cash there. And there's also $700 in hardware. I don't know if I mentioned that, but first place gets a lot of network cards, and second place gets some really cool high-definition mouse pads. But as the picks are rounding up here and everything, do you want to go over the bans real quick?
Yeah, sure. We have a Sandraith, Bubbles, Thunderbringer, Witch Slayer, Dr. Repulsor, and Devourer. So getting rid of a couple of good support heroes there, as well as just the overpowered Dr. Repulsor and Devourer. I'm extremely interested in this Legion lineup, though I have to say they picked up Magebane just now, in addition to a Swiftblade. So their first 3 picks were Glacius, Andromeda, and Swiftblade, and so, of course, there's your tri-lane right there. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that after all. They picked up Magebane as well, so interesting. They have 2 heroes that need a lot of babysit. It looks like they're going to go 2-2-1.
And 2-2-1? Yeah, or 2-1-2. Because maybe Dead would go
deal.
middle. Oh,
yeah,
well,
no,
it's slightly different, Smock.
It is slightly different, I apologize. I did mean 2-1-2. Yeah.
Yeah, with Deadwood probably going middle, and then either of the babysits going to be joining the carries there as well. We have Magebane and Swiftblader, who are, of course, going to be carrying that team. And then also on the Hellborn team, we were waiting on the final pick for that, but just a little bit about these clans, I guess. They made it through the first round. I believe this SLX or Jersey Boyz, which is supposed to be an Australian team, made it through without having to face an opponent in round 1 because their opponent did not show up, I believe, according to the brackets. And then 603 beat the Netherlands team of QENY, Kinney, I guess. But yeah, they did manage to beat them, and it was actually a pretty lengthy match from what I'd seen, so that one might be worth watching, as, you know, these are pretty skilled players. They're all 1800 plus, so should be a good game to watch. As we have the final pick coming out for the Hellborn, it's going to be a Soul Stealer, Nymphora, Pharaoh, Pebbles, and Engineer to round it out there. So got Pebbles for the nice early presence in this game, going to be able to, you know, do some early kills, get a good advantage going. Engineer for his strong presence throughout. You know, not so much of an end presence other than his ultimate. Nymphora for her good mobility, Pharaoh for initiation, and Soul Stealer for his nice carrying capabilities. But I gotta say, if it gets to be that point of the game where it's so late, I'd almost favor the Legion right now. How do you feel, Smock?
Yeah, of course. Undoubtedly, if it gets late again, they have those 2 carries. But I am very excited to see Nymphora Pharaoh lane. It is very powerful, obviously, and you know how much I love Pharaoh.
Unfortunately, it's not Fresh Pro playing him, but I'm
no,
sure
it's
it will
okay.
still
But
be fun.
I love anyone playing Pharaoh, at least as long as they play him well. But I am liking the Hellborn team probably more than I like the Legion team at this point, just because of the fact that they are going to have 2 babysit lanes, and I just don't think that that's a great strategy. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see if it works for them.
Yeah, for sure. We do have Glacius and Andromeda going to be going bottom right now, accompanied by Swiftblade. And we have Magebane going top, possibly solo, it looks like, I would say. So that could be an interesting situation. He's going to be going up against a Soul Stealer top, and I don't know what they're going to line out middle here. Are they going to send Nymphora middle solo? That's been a long time since I've seen that, if that's the case.
I imagine they're going to send Pebbles middle.
Yeah, I would think Pebbles would be
And
the more typical
Pharaoh.
one that I've seen recently, but you know, whenever Nymph4 was much more popular and they wanted to get the early levels on her, I had seen it in a couple of competitive matches at least, where they had put Nymph4 middle to get that early level advantage so she can have that mobility, etc. But she's gone over some reworking since then. Has, you know, her stun's been nerfed and her mana thing's been tweaked, etc. But we'll have to see how it pans out here as far as where they decide to go in these lanes. Does look like the tri-lane's going out bottom. Deadwood waiting here at this rune, hoping to be able to maybe snag that, maybe get a little bit of an early advantage. But Pebbles and Nymphora hoping to stop that.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about this Mage Bane solo top. He's not really, like, I mean, he'll get the extra levels, but he's not going to get any farm against Soul Stealer and Engineer at all, and he really does need that farm to be useful at all. The levels aren't going to really help him much. So I'm a little confused at what they're trying to run here, and you got to think that they're going to have to switch it up if they're going to be effective.
I guess, though, as they have it currently with the way it is, Magebane is the only one with a real good escape mechanism for the Legion side, besides Swiftblade with his spin, but, you know, that only takes you so far. But I would say that, yeah, that'll be interesting, to say the least, as we see Engineer doing a nice little bit of harass on this Magebane. You know, basically like we were saying, you know, Soul Stealer's going to get a nice farm up here. He's got Engineer running interference for him. And speaking of running interference, we got Nymphora joined up with Pebbles middle, so we were kind of both right. Just not in the way either of us necessarily imagined it, as I'm sure that's a really nice combination, because you got the support role there that Nymphora is going to be able to fill, throwing out the Nymph's Zeal to get the extra stun capacity off there for comboing, as Glacius down bottom is doing a little bit of a block on Pharaoh, but they're not going to be able to follow it up, as he does go ahead and wander out. Pharaoh actually taking on the tri-lane bottom, so that is going to leave him high and dry probably for the majority of this game. But I guess if you got to have someone who's going to lose out, I suppose he's probably one of the better ones to stick down there, maybe. As just so we can get a sync, it's at 135, 36, 37, 38, 39. Deadwood's maybe going to die. No, he's not. He's actually going to make it out of there, as they did get the combo off. But it was obviously not nearly enough damage to go ahead and finish off the mighty Deadwood with his 758 HP. Are we okay on the sync?
Yep, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Nymphora middle, if they can keep Deadwood from getting a portal key early, and they're going to, I mean, they're keeping him well off the lane. He's not getting any farm at all. They're giving all that farm to Pebbles. Pebbles gets his portal key before Deadwood. That's just great news for them, and they can excel at the gank strategy, basically, before the other team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with them, with the Legion winning this bottom lane, it is kind of important that Pebbles and Nymphora do win the middle, and it's pretty much certain that top is going to be won by this Soul Stealer and Engineer combo up here as well. So that would put the Hellborn in winning 2 lanes versus the 1. But you know, you have Swiftblade splitting the experience with Glacius and Andromeda as wow, a nice. That was a triple stack? Yeah, it is a triple stack down here that Glacius pulled. So been doing a little bit of stacking, it looks like. I don't know if he's done anything else. Nope, doesn't look like he stacked any other camps, but they are keeping that available for whenever Swiftblade decides to go like a Blendtech blender all over the place and wipe them out. Deadwood actually being forced back so much that he had to use his tree to go ahead and throw the what did they call it? The Oak Bolt, to throw it out there and get a kill with it to try and keep his farm up. How are we sitting on farm for these guys so far?
I wanted to mention that Magebane is 0-0.
Oh.
And he's only level 2. So I really, again, don't know what they're looking for here. I really think at this point Soul Stealer could just solo this top lane, and they can even rotate Engineer down to bottom or even middle. Because I mean,
I don't know. I think
really that much to keep Magebane down.
I think Engineer's been doing a really good job of running interference. They're keeping forward here. I mean,
No
look at this right
question.
now. He
Yeah, I
is,
completely agree.
up there, so that's I think that's going to play a big part in keeping this Magebane down and giving him any opportunity to get some farm, because you know, versus Soul Stealer by himself, he might have an opportunity to get a little bit, but I mean, he's down right now, and it's going to take him a while to get back up where he needs to be. But
No, for sure, I completely agree. But I mean, and they are winning 2 lanes, and that's what they need to do at the beginning here. Just leave that tri lane, leave Pharaoh to just get levels at the bottom there. But I mean, when it comes to the Legion, I'm not sure what they're thinking. And maybe Andromeda needs to start roaming, as I was hoping she was going to do so there, but she's going to go back to the bottom. Do something, help out mid, help out top. do anything because right now they're just they're losing 2 lanes and losing badly.
Yeah, as Magebane does finally have 1 kill under his belt. Swiftblade strongly winning the bottom, though, with 18-6, as they do go ahead and catch this Pharaoh finally with an Andromeda stun, followed up with the Tundra Blast and the Freeze. And Swiftblade's waiting to use that spin to get him a kill. Oh, but dodged, and unfortunately Glacius is going to go ahead and pick up the Bloodlust. So a little unfortunate, but hey, Bloodlust is Bloodlust, and the Legion did manage to pick that up in the lane that they are winning, so that'll help them out just a little bit more. As you know, things are relatively balanced right now, but I think that's, you know, it's balanced as far as, you know, the people getting experience, and I think that the people that are getting the experience for the Hellborn are the important ones, and the ones who are not are, you know, not as important. So
About that Bloodlust, I'm surprised that they don't have a ward right where that Legion ward is. Basically, going against a tri-lane, you got to think that they're gonna, you know, go through the woods on the left there. And so it's a little surprising to me that Fair didn't pick up wards and put them down there just for his own safety. But
yeah, for that own matter, who do we have that tossed out the wards for them?
Nymphora.
Yeah, Nymphora tossed out the ward there. So what warding we do have done has been by Nymphora. Engineer doing a little bit of a pull here, still maintaining a nice level along with his partner up here. He's level 4, Magebane's level 3, and Soulstealer rocking out of level 5. So they are really certainly winning this lane. Magebane's still sitting with just 1 creep kill. This is just so devastating to him right now. I don't know why he's even here. I mean, he's not accomplishing anything. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. I mean, he's picking up little scraps of experience, but I'd almost think that he could be, you know, being, you know, stacking creeps even. Something that will aid his team, you know, somewhere down the line to where Swiftblade can mop it up and he can soak in some of the experience alongside maybe.
And that's why I just don't understand that pick at all. And I was extremely confused, and I would do anything right now to hear their vent cast because I don't know what they're going for. And as in the middle, actually, we have Pebbles going on to Deadwood and using his combination, but Andromeda's going to port in to help. And
very unfortunate Nymph Zeal there. Did you see that?
No,
that was like the shortest Nymph Zeal I think I've ever seen. It was like aimed at Pharaoh too, which is a teammate. So. Or no, wait, no. Yeah, no, they're teammates. I was like, wait a second, why are they sticking so close to each other? But yeah. So yeah, they are teammates, and it was shot at Pharaoh and very short. Very unfortunate that they didn't actually land that, as that probably would have helped on getting Deadwood picked off there, as now he's well on his way to healing. He chugged his bottle down, so he's sitting pretty. As the pulling and the devastation up top continues to go on here. Soulstealer now level 6. Magebane, where are you at, buddy? He's up to level 5, actually, so he managed to pick up his experience gain a little bit. Engineer only at 4. So Magebane's been staying a little bit closer to the creep waves, maybe, getting some experience, but wow, still gonna have to see how that pans out late game, as, you know, he's up to 8 kills now, but still well and far behind anyone else. Speaking of 8 kills, though, Deadwood has 8 creep kills as Pharaoh gets the Swift Slashes going off onto him bottom. Pharaoh unable to stop him with the Mummy Wall, since that Swift Slash just completely and totally ignores it.
Again, no wards?
Yeah, they had total advantage there and got a hold of him. So yeah, definitely would have been a smart pickup to have gotten some wards, as Magebane's trying to do some work on Soulstealer, managed to get a couple hits off to drain his mana a little bit. So now he doesn't have any more of those demon hands to throw out at this moment. But still, I mean, we've got Magebane sitting at 8 kills. Deadwood of all people sitting at 8 kills. He's level 6. And, I mean, Pebbles and Nymphora are both at almost level 6. Pebbles is 6 and she's 5, so he's just not having a good time whatsoever. So they are really, really hardcore losing the top and middle here. But yeah. I guess bottom's got to make up for it. He's 40 and 16 on that Swiftblade. Versus who'd they have up there? They had Pharaoh, who is 10 and 1. So Pharaoh was even managing better against the tri-lane than these guys seem to be facing off against the two against them solo. So, and he has died twice, but you're still looking that he's been maintaining a little bit of something. So I don't know.
Yeah, but Soulstealer again is just basically getting free farm in this top lane. He's sitting at 320 gold per minute as opposed to the 300 on Swiftblade in the bottom. And on top of that, Pebbles is also getting free farm in the middle, getting 283 and is sitting on 1700 gold, 1800 gold. So, I mean, he's well on his way to getting his portal key, and once he gets that, he can start roaming around the map and start comboing people down.
Yeah, as soon as he gets that portal key, that's going to be a